So in our last intro to our touch sensor video, we actually had the robot stop after the sensor was pressed. This time we're going to have the robot do something else. We're going to have it back up and turn. So what we'll do is we'll add a steering block. Again, we'll go to the green tabs, action tabs, add a steering block. And I'll just use the move tank. I want both motors to go at the same time, the same power, and I'll just turn that on. Again, the motors are on ports B and C. We will then go to our flow control tab, put in a weight block, and then this is the weight block where we can change it to our touch sensor. So we'll click on this indicator here, state, go down to touch there, compare state, and again we want state 1 when it's pressed. Now here's where we're going to change our program. We want our robot to do something after the sensor has been pressed. So back to our steering or our action tab, and we're going to have our robot back up. So again, we'll keep the power at 50. And I like to work with degrees. I know how many rotations. I want it to go back 3 rotations. So I want it to back up, which means I'm also going to have to change this power to negative 50. I'll just type that in there. Negative 50. The negative makes it go backwards. The motor's going opposite direction. And then here I want it to go back 3 rotations, which is 1080. Okay. Now after it rotates, I also want it to turn. And I want my robot to turn 90 degrees. So I'll bring another steering block in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it turn left. So I'm going to change one of these motors because they move at the same time to 100 degrees, 100 power, and the other one to 0. That means one's going to spin and the other isn't going to spin at all. Okay, and that should take my spin. That should tell me how much it's going to spin. And on for degrees, because I want it to be 90 degrees rotation, I believe it's 475 to get it to 90 degrees. And you have to play with this figure to adjust it. It doesn't exactly work out. You would think 360, 180, but it doesn't work out that way in terms of when you're using your power to on one wheel, no power on the other, and then adjusting your rotations that you want the motor to turn. So 470 I've determined is about 90 degrees. So now when we do this with our robot, it should go forward. When it hits something, an obstacle, and it presses the sensor, okay, it should back up and it should turn. Okay, so that's sort of how our robot programming should work for the touch sensor. So the next thing to do is to save it, file, save the project, and I've called it the touch sensor back up turn, and I'm going to now download that to the EV brick. My EV brick is connected, and click on download, and we've got that program ready. So again, we're going to run our robot, and you're going to see it this time when the sensor is pushed, it should back up and turn 90 degrees. We're going to run the program.